Take two. Kyle here from All Media Reviews. Change of gears. I'm doing the CD A to Z. I'm starting with the special items like I did with the vinyl instead of starting with the letter A. I eventually will do local Minnesota CDs also. They're separated. And I'll do maybe some like compilations, samplers, that kind of thing. A lot of stuff came out today, of course. Awake was October 4th, not October 30th. I was wrong in the last video anyway. But as I'm doing an isolated thing. I'm not going to do it under the letter G. I'm doing all of Kevin Gilbert stuff first. So, and I think some of this is rehashed because I've done these before. So, but I mean, so I feel like you can probably find several other of my videos. But this is the first CD A to Z, and then I want to do the progressive art rock history videos. I don't know about the albums of the year. So, but starting with my Kevin Gilbert CD collection. In fact, that's what this is. So I have, of course, only one copy of NRG, the slipcase version. Only one copy came out, but came out in 2012. Originally 1984. I have the vinyl too, of course, which is not cheap, but it's rare. But they found them supposedly. So then he did, of course, Giraffe. After that, I mean, he did some other stuff, but I mean, I'm gonna go kind of somewhat how these were released. But I have one of the original. Is this original? I can't remember. This is. I forget. Anyway, the jewel case version that was a little pricier on the site. That was, I think this is from the original master tapes, from the original they had them in a vault or something of Power of Suggestion, the debut album from 1988. I'm calling this 1988 album. Then I have the slipcase version of Power of Suggestion as well. And then, of course, I have the slipcase version of The View from Here from 1989. The final proper studio album. And then I have the 1999 compilation, which has a couple of, like This Warm Night Live, and it's missing a couple songs, but it's almost the entire, both records together, but, you know, when they weren't available at that point on CD at all, this is the closest thing. And this isn't available anymore, of course. I got the sticker, I believe that's the giraffe sticker that's on here. I don't pull it out. That's probably, well, alright, let's pull it out real quickly. Yep. Of course, yep, that came with, I can't remember which one it came with, but, so, yeah, so that Giraffe, you know, the compilation, which is out of print, and I'd like to get this back in here without too many problems with it, as I've come to learn. CDs, too, can get damaged. So then I have, of course, they released later. I mean, kind of not doing this, but not doing this. The two sort of compilation cases, the box set, which came with the DVD that had the Yamaha contest. This is the full version, and then the wallet version of the larger version, the wallet size version, of course. This came out in, like, was it 2021, I think. So yeah, I mean, of course, being a Kevin Gilbert fan, I feel like if you really want to enjoy and investigate his music, you have to hear Giraffe. You can't just hear Toy Matinee and The Shaming of the True and Thud. So, but yeah, it came with that booklet. I'm not gonna pull it out, but compact disc. Oh yeah, I forgot. And this is what this is. This is a box that includes. I knew I had two versions of the slipcase of each one of. So I've actually got 3 versions of the Power of Suggestion on CD. But, you know, they're rare. You know, I don't complain about it. So, all right, moving on. So then Toy Matinee, because I'm just gonna do this kind of in some of the chronological order. So I have 3 copies on CD. I had one I gave my friend Alan. I think it was one of the I gave him just one of the standard ones. You can say 4/28/04 was when this was last sold. The place down in Apple Valley, Minnesota. This is the first one. So you could say this CD itself, or the other one, I got 2 of them the same day, really kind of springboarded my fandom to Toy Matinee. So that's the standard one, and then I've got 2 of the special editions. I don't remember if I didn't find. I found one of these at Cheapo for $3, and then one of them I just must have bought online or something because they were used, but. Comes with a big booklet, a write-up from Patrick Leonard and everything, and this includes blank page and some of those sort of There Was a Little Boy demo and the Latin lettering and everything, and anyway, maybe that was an allusion to Salvador Dali. I don't know. So then I just completed what it was like 2 weeks ago, the 4 compact disc promo CD singles for Toy Matinee songs. So I have Last Playing Out. Of course, I showed this on that collection video from Reprise Records. Things She Said, that's the one I just got. There's not a lot to these, not really special artwork or anything, it's just these singles. They have, some of them have edits and stuff like that, and Christian, my friend, wanted me to rip this. There Was a Little Boy, and then finally The Ballad of Jenny Ledge, which has the long edit, short edit with intro, and has an album version. So, a few different versions on that. Ballad of Jenny Ledge, you know, so. Alright. Oh, hold on. So, moving on, I interrupted there by my 4-legged children. One of them, at least. So then, Kevin Gilbert's Thud, of course, I've got... In effect, I've got 4 versions to standard compact discs. Cracked jewel case on some of them. This one, they're different. Some of them are a little different. This one right here, those are both PRA. They have the same serial number. That one's in better shape. At one point, this was impossible to see. Then I have this promo, I think this was Compliments of Image, which I don't know if it came with, I don't think it came with the booklet. And I think this is the one that has the Late for Dinner on it. So this is a more rare version of Thud instead of Shadow Self. It doesn't have, it's like a promo. And yeah, because it's PRO. So this is actually a promo. It's got the same serial number on it, though. And then I've got one of the versions that has the Cashmere EP included, which I haven't even opened still. I opened the EP, but I got that on eBay years ago. So then, of course, I've got, I guess I'm showing Thud, the 2 I've alluded to and shown probably more than almost any CD on camera. The 2, what is it, the 10th anniversary, or 20th anniversary books, multi-discs, which with 3 CDs, the standard Thud, and then the 2, all the demos and stuff like that, and alternate versions and some extra stuff, including Big Heart, which was a Robert Ferris piece. So, great. I mean, I love these, so, of course, but book, it's a book, and, you know, went through it somewhat at the end of the whole Thud Track series, so. So, that was, you know, of course, 1995. Yeah, I mean, I guess in terms of releases, this would be next. Oh, I should know this by heart, but, I mean, I've got these others I'm going to show after those, the CDs he was involved with. I've only got 1 copy of Live with the Troubadour, which went out of print. Came out in like 99, yep. You know, but then, of course, along with that, I've got 2 copies. One, because I have it sealed, and one's been, I don't think the CDs, I don't know if the DVD's even in here. It might be. There's one, yeah, there was one that was missing. I think they put it in a book, my DVD book. But they had like a ticket stub and like a drawing for like a special thing, but the Welcome to Joytown Live with the Troubadour came with a t-shirt. You could buy a t-shirt with it. This was in 2015, right around the time they released Thud on vinyl and the book and everything. So, Live with the Troubadour, Welcome to Joytown performance, the DVD, CD. Alright, so moving on. Let me make sure I'm doing this. I guess next would have to be the big mother of them all. And all the different versions I've got of this. Yep. Got these 2 also. Yeah, I might be missing one in terms of the order of the release, but I'm not sure. Anyway. So, The Shaming of the True. I've got 5 different copies on CD, which I'm not sure if these 2 and the... I mean, here's what... The original one I got... I think this might be the first one I got. It's been worn, but... You know, I'd have to look at the serial numbers again. KMG3... This one I got at Zia. I was shocked to find that. I don't know what year that was. 2014? I don't know. 2001. Maybe when it was the last in Zia, maybe. For $6. Hard to believe. And then I have the, what would be the slipcase version, which I think this was later. KMG 27 it's got on it. And then I've got 2 of the... What is it, the versions that came in this that were... These were slipcase too, actually, though. So I wonder if I've got... Now there's a different number on them, so I should know the little differences in all the Shaming of the Truths. So 5 total versions, not including them, because I've got a couple copies on vinyl, too. But, so that's the Shaming of the True. And of course, we're going to get the multi-disc, hopefully next year. Finally, the sort of the pinnacle of both Shaming and his whole releases on CD on compact disc. So then after that came out, of course, this came out, and then there's a couple another version of the Caviar Sessions, the last thing Kevin Gilbert did. Here's my original version, which has been a little beaten up. It's got that glossy thing. That thing like baseball cards had and stuff, but it came out in like 2002. It was 2002. I should know this, of course. But yeah, I mean, it's got the picture of him smoking the cigarette, of course. Caviar with a K. And then I've got one sealed. I got this a couple of years ago because I just, the condition. And then this is the Caviar. This is the KMG 26 Archive Series Caviar re-release, which includes a lot of extra tracks. Just came out, was it like 2 years ago? 23 or 22, maybe 23 actually. Yeah, so it's got that picture and stuff, the slipcase. So then after that, I guess we'd probably lean toward which one came out next. I want to say it was these two. At the point I was finally buying new stuff. I was buying. It took a long time. There were many years in the 2000s when there was nothing being released from Kevin Gilbert's estate, and they had this music. People wanted them to release this and some other stuff. So the Nuts and Bolts compilations, I just showed them the 15th anniversary is coming up later this month, sometime, probably the third week. I don't have the exact date, but great compilation. These were really important for me as a Kevin Gilbert fan, and relatively new Kevin Gilbert. Whatever, it was 2009. I'd been a fan for about 5 years. So then around that time, I want to say, or soon after, a bunch of these three came out. So yeah. These three things. So one of them was, I think this was the prior, and this had been circulated and shared on bootleg sort of the fan base. The Live at the Roxy, of course, which they just auctioned off the props for this artwork. Toy Matinee, Kevin Gilbert's Toy Matinee live at the Roxy. Southern California, I believe it is. They play the whole album, of course, and they play Elton John's Feeling for a Friend, Love Lies Bleeding. And then there was this Toy Matinee acoustic, which was like a rehearsal kind of thing with Kevin and Mark Bodine and some of the other members of Toy Matinee. This came out early 2010s, I want to say sometime. I wonder if there's a date on this. This was actually 2014. I mean, it's got some covers on it, if I recall. O Come Emmanuel, Sweet Judy Blue Eyes, that was the other one. And If I Fell from Lennon McCartney, a Beatles song. So, and then, of course, this, which was just always desired and was shared, the recordings, the Lamb Lies Down Broadway. The Kevin Gilbert's Giraffe, Lamb Lies Down Broadway, the abridged version at Prague Fest in L.A. in 1994, November 94, so about 30 years from next month. They didn't do it all, and they did part of musical box and then Watch of the Skies, the end, but, it's a reunited, but it's really only Stan Cody and Kevin from the original Giraffe, but, the word giraffe looked good with the Genesis font and everything like that, so I think this was like it was 2014 too, so you can see the estate was been doing a lot more releases in 2010s versus the 2000s after Caviar. We're doing Caviar and Nuts and Bolts. They were busy with stuff, and for whatever reason, I don't know. They wanted to gain the rights back to release Thud, of course. That was a big part of it. So then, all right, I think then after that, there wasn't a lot until, they went kind of after the Thud anniversary and stuff like that. It was many years, and it was really, I think it was the Giraffe stuff, of course, too, that came out, but then Call Me Kai, of course, which is the recordings from the releases, the homemade album recordings of albums that he did in the 80s. Call Me Kai, which I've just grown to really adore. I mean, it's not perfect, but there's so much good music on here. It's just it's the gift that keeps on giving. It's 4 albums, 47 tracks, or one release. It's an archival thing. This had been shared through the trading sites, but the remastering job that John Crunaberti did on these is great. I mean, a lot of these songs, including you get the the Tired Old Man Suite on Sometimes Why. It's Decent Exposure 85, Sometimes Why 86, Point Blank 87, and Mixed Bag 84 to 87. And I did a pretty extensive review back in 2021 when this came out. It's a really big deal. So Call Me Kai, I've got 2 copies of. And then they released, I don't know what the order exactly, it was around this time, and then they started doing more of the archives, but I got, of course, the Best of Everything. I have 2 copies of the Best of Everything single. I want to say this came out maybe like Valentine's Day in 2022. They wanted with the heart, and I think it was around Valentine's Day, but Best of Everything, a song off of that he had recorded, and is on, I think it's Bolts. Includes the pop demo, and I've got 2 copies of that. So then you come to the stuff that have been coming out the last, I want to say 2.5, 3 years. All the KMG archive stuff, which I alluded to, including the thud stuff. So these are actually numbered. So you have NRG Live at Keystone, the NRG Live, NRG stuff. I did little like reviews and content on this. This came out either 2021 or 2022. Beer Jam 2, so that came out last year, I want to say, the first Beer Jam, which has Firth the Fifth and Danger Money, and Caesar's Palace Blues, Rendezvous from UK. It's him and Mickey Sorry, Kevin. I want to say this is before Giraffe, but it was after NRG. It was sort of in that window of time, but maybe it was with Eddie Money at the time, so those Beer Jam. Then, of course, you had the Caviar, KMG Archives, Caviar Demos, Outtakes, and Alternate Mixes, which is part of the KMG Archives. More of the Caviar stuff. We really got a more thorough version of Caviar and some of these alternate mixes, these remixes, cartoon mix of Indian Burn, Thunder Mix, Brian McLeod demo of Broken. A little more thorough. Spandau Ballet, vocal was strong enough, the song off of, that Kevin wrote or co-wrote off of, Tuesday night music club, yeah, Caviar, demos, outtake, and ultra mix. Then you had Thud Acoustic. That was number 4. That's like the 6th track. I reviewed all these tracks in the Thud track series, but it's nice, not dramatically different, but I mean it's like him and a guitar doing a lot of these Thud songs. The arrangements are not too different, a little bit different on some of them. Then you had Live at the Cactus. That was number 5, KMG Archive number 5. The Giraffe Live at Cactus, 1989, which just came out. That was last year. The only official live, I mean, you had the DVD on that box set, which had some footage of live, but this is a little bit longer. This is the one that came out. It was March of 20, I think it was a performance of March of 1989, right before the View From Here came out. It was going to be announcing that, so. And then Thud Alternate, that was number 6. So in 23 we finally got Thud Acoustic, and then Thud Alternate was Thud Acoustic was 20. I can't remember which year it was, but which has a lot of the alternate mixes, stuff that weren't on. There's some similarities, but a lot of stuff that wasn't on the Thud anniversary book, the extra book. So you're basically getting a lot more extensive. And this is the alternate version, as Bruno mentioned, that he talked to Kevin at the time. It's like, which version of Thud I have more than one version of Thud I should release. This is a different version. And some of the stuff on here is really good, but, I mean, I say the same thing about the stuff that's on that, the 20th anniversary book, the extra discs. So then the last 2, of course, that just came out a few weeks ago, Troy Matinee, Men Without Pat, Live at Ventura, 1991, Theater, 1991, which I talked about, and Beer Jam 1, this is the 8th one, Kevin Gilbert and Steve Watts. It's pretty much just a lot of jazz fusion-y jams, blues rock jams, no vocals really. And I haven't really listened to this whole thing, but from my tell, it's pretty all these the titles of the songs weren't on there. Bruno just came up with them looking for stuff about beer. And of course, there's going to be 4 more. So my Kevin Gilbert CD collection is not complete. Besides the Shaming of the True Multitude, there's the 4 more archives that are going to be coming. So then the only other thing to kind of show is some of the related Kevin Gilbert stuff. Well, the one other thing is, I know this came out, it was like 21, I think, too, that toward the end, the covers disc, which a lot of this stuff had been on compilations and some of those stuff. But it includes El Paso and Carpet Man, which is on one of the NRG discs, and Salisbury Hill and the Joker, his version of the Joker, not Joe Crow's. But some of the stuff that was on those, those compilation includes Cashmere, of course, and Taxi Ride. So, because of course, Nuts and Bolts were out of print, so people couldn't get it, so they get some of those covers on CD by getting the cover CD. So, has a lot of the credits too. So, I like this version of Salisbury Hill. So, I also have, of course, Kevin Gilbert produced the Rubinoos album Paleophonic from like '96. I remember it came out after he passed away. Actually, it came out in 2000. Yeah, of course, John Rubin of the Rubinoos is part of his estate. It runs his estate basically, but I'm not really that into this record, unfortunately. Despite Kevin's production, I like some power pop. It's bubblegum power pop from originally it started in the '70s, but I struggled with it. My wife and I struggled with it too. So I also have Madonna, the Madonna I'm Breathless, which he did the cues and did production for. Bill Bottrell and Patrick Leonard were involved with this as well. I don't have a lot of Madonna, my wife does, but he did a lot like Hanky Panky, and one of these songs was like basically an alternate version of Vogue. But it's not wonderful, it's not terrible. I guess it's just it's clips. He did the cues, he did the engineering, he did the mixing. He met Madonna, of course. So I have it largely for just collector's sake. So then I also have the No 2 CD, which Robert Ferris was the frontman for him and that Chris Kello. But Kevin engineered and played some keyboards on this, of course. So it's kind of a quasi Kevin Gilbert release. And I have Unsung, which is Bobby Owinski and Paul 3. Came out in '97. I got this because it had Kevin playing some keyboards on like 1 or 2 tracks. My friend Rick, who's part of the Kevin Gilbert Discord, little Discord channel we have, was asking about it. But I've only listened to it since like that one time before, like just like letting him know about it and everything. But yeah, this is this thing called Unsung. I don't know if the name. It's a Shattered label. It came out in '97 though. So, and then last but not least, I also have now the Keith Emerson album Changing States, which Kevin produced and also, oddly enough, played multiple instruments on. I think Mark Bonilla's on it, and so Spencer Campbell. I think there's a lot of Kevin Gilbert involvement with this. Robert Barry. I mean, this is right up. This is from Kev. Yeah, I haven't read this. It says Kev. So Yo Keith. This music is on the CD was conceived in the traditional fashion. Lots of grunting. I mean, Kevin wanted to sing on this, but at the time they were making it, he was still contractually not able to actually sing on it because he was still under contract through Toy Matinee. But it's too bad to have heard Kevin sing on a Keith Emerson album. Would have been awesome. But maybe there's demos that someday they'll allow it to release. I don't know. But so I think that's about it for my Kevin Gilbert CD collection. Aside from I have the Tales from Yesterday and Supper's Ready Genesis Tree. I didn't think about that. I should be showing those with those. But I'll be doing a separate tribute that's not it right there. It's on one of these. I'll be doing a separate tribute or like tribute albums. It's over here. Video. I'll probably show those. So, but anyway, I don't know how often. Maybe do like 1 or 2 of these a week. I anticipate this going 40 to 50 videos because there's a lot of CDs here. There's 1,500 or something like that. So, but thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.